A lot of people think that they know why homelessness won't be fixed. If you're in the housed community, you see a bunch of money going at a problem, but nothing's getting fixed. The problem's getting worse. If you're homeless, you understand that there are all these services out there, but none of these services are actually going to help you. They're meant to sustain you and keep you as a repeat customer. If you show any ambition to get off the streets, if you show any drive at all, the system will not be there to help you until you give up on everything and submit to the system. I've had plenty of old dog homeless people tell me this over time. But what I want to do is, if you really want to understand why homelessness won't be fixed, it is a combination of all that, but it's not really that as the reason why homelessness won't be fixed. See, I'm going to tell you a story that I was told yesterday. I work with an NGO, a not-for-profit called Homeless Entrepreneur. They're based out of Spain, but they're international, and they do help people here in the States. They help people who want to get a career and move up into management, and they also help people like me who are homeless but entrepreneurial and want to go start a business, and be prepared to go through a vetting process. Don't If you hear questions and stuff like that, it's part of the process. None of this is personally helps a lot of people. I'm just one of the many people that is helped by Homeless Entrepreneur. And this music that you're hearing in the background is by another guy who is in the Homeless Entrepreneur program. His name is Mitch, and if you look down in the description, you'll be able to see all of his contact information if you like his music. He does custom music for you for whatever it is that you need. Now, let's really talk about why homelessness is never going to be fixed. And Homeless Entrepreneur was telling me about one of the first people that he helped. And this person was going through the program. He was having a lot of success. He was able to get some sort of stability, and he went out to go raise some money because he was still working on what it was that he was working on. And because he was able to dress better, because he was starting to do better, because no homeless person wants to be in tattered and torn rags, wants to be in the same clothes for 2, 3, 4 days, weeks, months at a time. I've known people that have worn the same clothes every day for 6 months, and people look at me when I tell them I wear my clothes for a week like I'm crazy. No, no. People wear their clothes, and it's not because you want to. It's because it's all you have, and you have to make decisions on what do I have and what do I don't have. And sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And so this individual starts dressing nicer and stuff like that, goes out to raise money, but because he's dressed nice, nobody will help him. And so therefore he takes and he stomps on his shirt, throws tears some holes in it and stuff like that, stands right there, and 30 minutes later he made all the money that he needed. Because the thing is people want to help those or people. It's not even a help when you do things like that. It's more of a pity, because if a homeless person is working their way off the streets, and I will tell you, sometimes you still have to panhandle while you have a job because you're in between paydays. Sometimes you have to panhandle in between paydays because it takes a lot more to live out here, because you're buying expensive prepackaged food because you have no way to cook. You have no way to do a lot of this stuff. So you just got to buy something in a package that's already pre-made. And that's very expensive, even for a homeless person, especially if you're working a job and, you can't make it to the food lines. You can't go get clothes. You can't go do this and you can't go do that. You struggle just to make sure you have time to get in to get a shower so that you don't get fired from work. Because you stink. And those of us that have worked while being homeless, these are the obstacles that you have to overcome. But sometimes, as we're clawing our way out of the depths of hell, we still need help. And quite frankly, your help directed towards those type of people is going to be more beneficial because you're making more of an impact versus somebody who is sitting there who is wallowing in pity and addiction or whatever other issues that they've got going on because they don't want to take the moment to resolve them. They'd rather stay in their comfort zone, because society has enabled those of us that are wretches to thrive, while those of us that actually struggle and strive, to go from survival to striving. These are things that um this is the ultimate struggle. Getting off the streets is harder than being on the streets. And why is this happening? Because society sees somebody that looks like crap. And I'll tell you my own personal story. I had a guy, I said, look, man, I want to learn how to panhandle. He's like, yeah, I'm a professional panhandler. I can go do this, and this. He taught me how to do it. And this is in San Antonio. So I go up to the corner, and I'm dressed in clean clothes because I'm like, I want to look presentable. I want to look like I'm ready to go to work. And I think it took me 4 hours to make $5. And I go back and I say, well, I tried everything you did. It didn't work. He says, yeah, because you're not dirty enough. Okay. Sleep in your clothes. Don't change them. Just, look like crap. You could take a shower, but still kind of, look dirty if you have to. So therefore, I went out there the next day, and in the same amount of time, I made like $20. I was like, okay, well, that paid for the hotel room, because back then you could get a hotel room for $25 a night in San Antonio. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Well, these old guys, they knew where to go. They were a bunch of drunks. And so the third day, I go out there, and in less than 30 minutes, because I was dirty, my clothes were dirty, people had got to see me as a regular. They're like, okay, now you're dirty. Now we'll give you, I think I made $50 in like 30 minutes. It was absolutely crazy. So how do you expect homelessness to ever end? How do you expect people to get off the streets if those of us that are actually working to get off the streets are still seeking help from the community? But you can see that we're moving in the right direction. If you see somebody and you look at them, they're going, and you're wondering, why are they panhandling? Why are they asking for money in their tip jar even though they look good? And all this other stuff. Stop, talk to them. Yeah, I got a job. I'm in between paydays. I sleep over here. Da 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 da. Hey, I'm clawing my way out. That's the person you want to help. The person that's still sitting there and just like, that's not the person you want to help, because until they're ready for help, any help that you give them is futile. And this is why the system keeps throwing money at a problem that will never be fixed. Okay, so hey, if you want to help me, I have been clawing my way off the streets for the last 2 years myself. This is the first time I've had any minimal stability in over 2 years. I mean, I hiked up and down the East Coast, stuff like that. If you guys want to check out my main channel, it's called The Epoch of Friar Tuck. That's where I have my homeless survival and homeless education. But homelessness is more than just education and survival. Homelessness is about what's going on up here, because if you don't fix what's going on up here, the economics part of homelessness is the easy part to fix. This is the hardest part to fix. Whether it be bad habits and traits and personality quirks that you picked up growing up, or that you've picked up as part of your self-defense, because being a people pleaser is a self-defense mechanism. It's not something that you're taught. It's something that you learn as a way to be able to survive. And then how much destruction does being a people pleaser cause? I mean, you when you try and please everyone, you please no one. Okay, so this channel is completely dedicated to that. So if you really want to understand the full spectrum of homelessness, this channel is good for this part. And then my other channel is good if you want to understand survival, education, awareness, the problems that are within the system. Plus every night at 6:30 Eastern, I do homeless news, where I cover a couple of articles about what's going on in the homeless community. So therefore you can keep up to date on that as well. Thanks for being here, and I hope to see you in the next video.